Hey everybody, I'm at the park today for a little bit. I just thought I'd do a little stream of consciousness talking about a certain subject. No plan, no nothing. I want to talk about being a black sheep and awakening. The more people I talk to in awakening and that come to me or talk to me or send me messages or emails or I talk to at retreats, a very high percentage of them are black sheep. I know I certainly am. I know not everyone is, but I bet the percentage is pretty damn high. So I just want to talk about what that's like and a little bit how I deal with it. I'm also quite introverted and a loner and like to be alone a lot, and I've always been that way. I'm sure from my childhood shaped the conditions that created that character. I've been changing those conditions in the past couple of years, or they've been changing. I haven't been changing them, but with clear seeing of things from my past and my path and how it went for me, stepping into new things like recording on a damn camera for people. Those conditions have started to change, and I don't fully expect that they ever will totally change. I'm not going to suddenly become an extrovert or, give TED Talks and be proficient and all that shit. Don't know that I would ever even want to anyway. But that black sheep feeling can create a lot of different ways. It can create success and it can create failure, depending on the view you're taking. For me, it created both. Not good in social situations and was alone a lot when I was younger and wanted to be, was introverted. And it's part of what got me started on the path and looking for awakening and all that stuff and suffering. And but I just wanted to say, if you're a black sheep in this world, it's got a specific kind of hardness to it. You don't ever fit in. You kind of feel like an alien. Even if the people you like them, there may even be things you like and want to do, but there's also a part of you that just can't quite do it. It just doesn't feel right, doesn't fit in. For me, it was, I never liked going to parties and stuff like that, and I wanted to be alone, listen to music or watch movies, think about things deeply and have philosophical thoughts, making me feel like I was going deep into something and figuring something out, which turned out to be bullshit. But it's okay. It's fun. It's part of it. It's still fun to look at that stuff. It just doesn't solve anything, not in my opinion. But as a black sheep in a younger, I'm probably talking to younger people now. When you're a black sheep and you're coming into high school or coming out and you're in college or just starting your life, it can be hard to know what to do, know what to look into. You just feel like just totally out of place in the world. And you could adopt a victim mindset, which can be disastrous. I had a bit of a victim mindset, but it was all internalized. Like, nobody really knew that I did. I just thought God had forsaken me and gave me no direction, but wasn't telling me what to do, was damn sure telling me what not to do. And that created a lot of frustration and confusion. Somebody coming by. But I just want you to know that it may be hard to be the black sheep and to be on an awakening path, especially you feel like the world's all going one way, and for some reason consciousness wants to look back at itself through you and see what it came from, how it works, and all that stuff. So then you start on a path and you get going, and then you're seeker. And seeking can be good or bad, you know. It can be rough. If you get hooked into believing thoughts and having beliefs about the path, and those need to be deconstructed, and that can keep you on the path your entire life if they're never looked at. They kept me on the path for a long time until I realized what I was doing, what was happening. And that was through deconstructing beliefs, deconstructing seeking, deconstructing the entire path, seeing it for what it is, the wild goose chase that it is. But I mainly want to make the video just because being a black sheep can feel very lonely. So I want you to know that there's a lot of people out there that are, including me. And the thing about black sheeps is that because we're so going against the grain and the flow of society and our families, we can feel a lot of pressure from our parents and from friends and just the normal way that life is constructed, at least here in America, where it's go, 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 figure out what you're going to do, get married, have kids, make a lot of money, be something very successful one way or another. And that path is completely deconstructed. It may be what a lot of people do, but that does not mean it is the way to do things. But parents, out of fear or love, will tell you, you need to do something, da-da-da-da-da, you know, all that stuff. But there is no rush. There is no achievement marker. Just be open. Mainly be open to looking at your conditioning and your beliefs. Your beliefs about the world, your beliefs about politics, your belief about religion, your beliefs about spirituality, your beliefs about yourself. Examine closely what beliefs you were given by your parents and by the world. The thing about this that's important is that you're not to blame for anything that happened to you or what was given to you as a belief. But the moment you become aware of this in a way, you then become 100% responsible. You're not aware until you're aware. And if you're watching this video, you're either already aware or I just made you aware. So now you can't get out of it. You have to take 100% responsibility for the algorithm that you've been given. It is either take 100% responsibility or live 100% in the loop that you've been given until you die. Reality does not negotiate. It is one or the other. And it's not really a doing, although it may be doing. Doing may come, actions will come, but not a doer. So you start with seeing. Start taking responsibility for your beliefs and how you see the world. Really, really look at your beliefs, your thoughts. People speak their beliefs a lot all day. Start noticing when you talk to friends or family how you're speaking. You will say your beliefs out loud. Write down, do a stream of consciousness in writing. You will write your beliefs out loud because the organism cannot help but speak its conditioning out. opening up those conditions will lead to actions, whether it's some sort of therapy or exercise, joining a meetup group, a sports team, going to the gym, meditating, inquiry, 15 backflips in a row, I don't know. Leaving your parents, joining the army, whatever. Life will unfold based on the conditions. The real power comes in attention being pulled back out of the conditions that you previously had. And going forward with the clear seeing, and then those conditions will change. So as a black sheep, if you're a black sheep, there's already operating in you some sort of awareness that some other people don't have that are living in their loop. So maybe those people are suffering less, or maybe they're suffering a lot, but they have no idea how to deal with it. The burden of the black sheep is that we are aware already somehow that the world is funky and that there's something strange going on here. You could easily go into victim mode about that and be like, why am I not like everybody else? Why does things not work out for me this way? Why can't I just be what everybody else is? And I totally understand that. But those are thoughts that are pointing to a belief that's like, I'm not okay as I am. Stuff like that. So those are the types of things you need to look at. But being a black sheep is also awesome. What a gift. What a gift from the universe you have been given to see that things are not one way. And you have an opportunity to break out of a loop that your parents never did. Or maybe they did and they're teaching you how to do it. Maybe you have awesome parents, I don't know. But at some point you have to stand on your own, no matter how awesome your parents are. It's real easy to blame them or to blame teachers or the media or Donald Trump or whoever about your life the way it is. It's real easy to do that. And that's what the victim narrative wants to do. Because then it can feel short-term betterness about being right. But do you want to be free or do you want to be right? Because that rightness doesn't last. It's not true anyway. Right is a perspective. What's right for you is completely wrong for someone else, as you know, with all the polarity in the world. But when you take responsibility for your own space, your own mind, you start looking at your own beliefs. A lot of that stuff just doesn't matter anymore. And you infect your own space with your new way of looking at things. And you start to make people's lives around you better. At the very least, yours get better. But you do have to take that responsibility. And life will not let you out of that. You're either going to live the loop, or you're going to break out of the loop and live in openness without conclusions, in the mystery and the unknown. And that's scary. But after a while, if you have a realization about truth, about awakening, that will get tremendously easier. At least the accepting part. Life may not get easier, but there's an acceptance that it is life and should be there. There is no shouldn'ts, you know? There is no should. It will be just what it is. But in the meantime, even if there hasn't been a so-called awakening yet, taking responsibility for that beliefs and for your algorithm can make a tremendous difference. And that doesn't make you better than the people living out their loop whatsoever. So don't think that. You can develop a kind of Zen stink once you start to get under some of your processes. But the deal with that is, if you do that, you're just entering back into another loop. A loop of superiority, spiritual stink. And that means you're back under control of the algorithm again. When you start really getting under it, it should feel like chopping conclusions off at the stem. Not making new conclusions. Less and less. Openness, ungrasping. just living in the world and moving, accepting what comes next, and stepping into the character's role. But I mainly just wanted to say that you're not alone, and it can feel lonely and alien. But I want you to change your perspective from victim to gratitude. Lucky you that you get to see that something else is going on here. And it does, the price to pay for that is it does take you out of the normal way of relating and the normal way of moving in the world and seeing the things the way other people do, that a lot of other people do. For whatever reason, your corner of consciousness decided to do that. Even if it's hard, be extremely grateful, because as you move through the world and start learning about your processes and breaking them down and seeing what they are, suffering decreases. And you can live an extraordinary, ordinary life where everything is miraculous, simple things. And when inevitable pain does come, you can fully accept it as part of what you are too. So as a black sheep, just take responsibility, full responsibility for your processes and your projection of the world. Be grateful for the opportunity to be able to look. And then look close and closer with attention and gratitude. It's a very powerful combination. And I wish you the best.